Now, many of you are aware that I cover, from time to time, analog horror. Now, analog horror is one of my favorite genres of horror. It's basically low-budget filmmaking being done on YouTube that slowly expands on kind of a central lore theme or concept in interesting and new ways, and none has done it better than the Monument Mythos, which is a series by a YouTuber who goes by Mr. Manticore. Now, Mr. Manticore is an interesting individual, but among many other things he's created, or she, or they, or it has created a set of, I guess, a set of narratives, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of them, but essentially they're all political lambastings of America writ large over a Lovecraftian eldritch horror that spans multiple universes. And do I ever do makeup tutorials? Yes. Hey, Snoogan. Now, also, Morgan Drewy, if you want my full makeup routine, I posted it and pinned it in the makeup section of the Discord. So, there have been 4 seasons of the Monument Mythos. We have this first season, we have season 2, we have the Nixonverse, a Monument Mythos story, which is kind of related but standalone, and then we have season 3. Now, as of less than a week ago, we have the supposed final season of the Monument Mythos, which is modern day. So before, we kind of just spanned like early 1900s, mid 1900s time periods, and we've seen a lot of crazy stuff. To the point where we've literally seen the universe end. We've seen like human beings like collapsed into like one-dimensional creatures. It's a lot of wild stuff, and I'm not gonna go over the entirety of the series here, but suffice it to say, this series is kind of about the idea of, what if all of America's like imperialism, America's icons, America's landmarks were actually like fronts for some kind of eldritch horror operation that is really beyond any one individual's ability to piece it all together. Now, I've gone through each season of the Monument Mythos, season 1, 2, 3, and the Nixonverse story. I've gone through all of them. Go watch those deep dive videos and like lore theorizing videos if you're interested in those. But today we're doing the Monument Mythos modern day, and as far as we're going with this, we're just jumping right in, sight unseen, and seeing what we can make of it together, okay? Interestingly, this playlist has a description here. What if Little Rob Had a Say was a political advertisement directed by Robert Pattinson, an English actor who's able to serve as the 47th American president due to his parents' military service. So just like right off the bat here, we learned that Robert Pattinson is the 47th president of the United States. So I certainly wasn't expecting that from the playlist description, but that is a piece of information we know about this modern day setting of the United States now. I'm delighted. Anyway, here we go. The first video is called America Attack. All right. Operation Seed. Okay. So first of all, America's Operation Seed may be a callback to previous seasons about things called special trees. All right, and special trees are effectively and importantly not trees, but instead seemingly organic structures that span the multiverse and connect different realities together, and a seed could be a reference to whatever creates these special trees. Host monument, a parasite rocket. Open host monument.
Now, scattered across Japan
I've got to be honest with you. I have no idea what the hell that was.
are huge statues of the Buddhist goddess Kannom. Today, most have fallen into disrepair, sparking growing concerns among local communities. NHK World's Matsuba Tsubasa.
For example, tall buildings are required to use lights so aircraft can fly safely at night. This statue has not been lit up for a long time.
We just received the former president's mugshot. We want to show that to you here. John, do we think the former president will weaponize this image to help him with fundraising? You mentioned this earlier, but to what point? And will it work in gaining support for his 2024 campaign?
When I saw the image just a couple moments ago, it reminded me of Donald Trump's book cover that he released in 2000.
Okay, we've already had so much information. So we see this opening of like a rocket parasite being put inside of a monument. And this is part of Project Seed. And then we see footage of a monument that then breaks open. So clearly the rocket, perhaps the parasite, is breaking out of the monuments. And now Donald Trump appears to have actually written a book, so... Oh, wait.
The threat is the most powerful weapon known to man. It alone has maintained peace and prosperity on this great planet. But I don't use the threat. I don't touch it all the time. Everywhere I go, they ask me, Donald, Why don't you threaten them? That's the only way they'll listen. And I tell them the truth. I don't use the threat because I respect the threat. The less I use it, the more powerful it becomes. The threat alone ended World War II forever.
Okay, wait. So just real quick.
He released in 2015.
I'm wondering if this has a relation. I wonder if this is at all related to the Nixon-verse storyline, where they had like the superhero that was using the skull of George Washington. I forget what his name was. Oh yeah, I also forgot about the Chthonauts, or whatever they're called. The D-Day night. Yes, Lilith. Thank you. I'm wondering if this is like a reference to that, or like somehow inspired by that.
The threat. I don't use the threat because I respect the threat. The less I use it, the more powerful it becomes.
This is a cover for American Psycho.
The threat alone ended World War.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's not a reference to the D-Day night. It's just calling Donald Trump a fucking psychopath. Amazing.
II forever. It's true. Ask the Japanese.
Operation Seed. Preserve and expand the right to purchase an assault weapon on American soil. Extend the range of lethal force. Wait, is this just a literal, like, just literally put missiles into monuments and then the entire world will be America? Is that the plan? If you or a loved one has been affected by Operation Seed, you may be entitled to compensation. God, I love this series so much. Debate demon.
We get 30 seconds to respond, and when the time runs out, we all will hear this. Very pleasant.
So tonight, these candidates have a big opportunity to break out of the pack and to explain why they are best prepared to be the Republican choice for president.
Okay.
Now, I have to go back to work on my State of the Union speech. And I worked on it till pretty late last night. But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time.
What the hell is that?
These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you.
I love how delightfully weird these videos are. It's literally about a demon that exists within debate. This is incredible. First sign of the debate demon. What the hell is that? I do nothing for William. God. I do nothing for God, William.
Another issue. This weekend, reports say there were 30 shootings.
Wait. I do nothing for God, William. He's talking to Bill Clinton, by the way. So Bill Clinton summoned the demon?
Another issue. This weekend, reports say there were 30 shootings. And a number of them.
Yeah, we have a
kids.
playlist, Amber Brains.
Add that to the big increase in school shootings around the country. Democrats blame this crisis on easy access to guns. They also blame Republicans for blocking gun control legislation. What would President Christie do?
Eight signs of the debate demon? Oh shit. Their faces all blacked out?
Well, it is an extraordinarily good question with not a lot of great answers. So first off, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you, oh, just elect me and I'll solve that problem for you, because we've had too much of that in this country.
You don't even need to lie, Christopher. Oh, Morgan Druid, these are incredible. I highly recommend you start at the beginning.
Well, the criminals are going to get those. I think what you've got to look at are those with mental health issues, and that's a focal point. We want to keep them out of the hands of those that can do this kind of harm.
Blame the ill. We are better than the Mesa. Is the implication here that the Republicans are literally controlled by a demon?
I mean, not only does the media too often ignore, but they also won't tell the whole story about firearms in America. I mean, think about it.
No, Salmon Moose. No modern
tragedy.
No modern politics here.
And the heartbreak.
Weren't the special trees evil? Kinda. Also, remember Alcatraz? Tragedy is propaganda. Chin up, Michael.
I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity. I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that. So you want to have a civil conversation, that's one thing. Try to say that.
I'm sorry. That was weird. Ronald, we are not criminals.
We are the pioneers who came to this country to be free, to be the explorers, to roam the American terrain without any government telling them what they could or couldn't do. And the reason we're able to do it is because the existence of that Second Amendment. Now, I'll tell you, you hear from the other side that, well, we have school shootings in this country. We have mass shootings. I'll tell you, we have a mental health epidemic across America. You better take away. You want to sell the drugs on the street?
What? Chaos wins. Make noise, Vivek.
We are South Carolinians who love our guns, who love to hunt, who love to use it as a sport, and we appreciate it. And any company that decides to manufacture here, we're going to welcome them.
The 8 signs of the debate. Protect the assets, Nimarata. Oh, it's so creepy. I love it. Tim Scott and Doug Burnham. It's so good, Foxbat. This entire series. It's so weird. Oh, Donald Trump was president until 2018. Okay, so one thing that this is telling us is that this is not our universe. This is clearly not our universe because it's like showing us like a different timeline of events. I know we probably could have come to that conclusion a lot sooner, but like I think it having this level of confirmation is nice. Yeah, we already knew that from a lot of other signs, but like for me, it just helps. Like this is just spelling it out that this is not like there's not like an error in the video, or like there's not like. I guess I'm just glad that we're getting grounded in one particular universe, because this story does tend to hop across universes a lot. I think this is the demon. I think that, I'm using my keen powers of observation. I think this might be the debate demon. Yeah, that's a bit ominous. I don't know that we've actually dealt with, like, demons before. I don't know. I don't think that this is, like... This could be like a new thing, like a new creature that we haven't encountered before in this. Or new type of creature, I should say. Special tree time, everybody. Ray. Oh shit. Chat. It's one of the Arnoldsons. I thought their story was done. Oh shit.
This is Mr. Squirrel. He's my ESA. Oh.
Mr. Squirrel! I feel bad for this person. Like, something bad's gonna happen to them.
It was a weird day because it had started off pretty well. I had an exam and I thought that I did really well on it despite not.
Is this the story of how Maya Arnoldson became a Lincoln looker?
Really thinking that I would. And I just remember going out to the parking lot before I headed home. I saw people that I knew, but I was by myself that day. And then I got a text, and the text just was off. There was just something off about it, even though it was exactly the same kind of text I'd received before, but to receive it at that time of day saying, hey, we should talk. And then I get home and I'm just greeted with a terrible, gloomy silence. Because I walk in and I'm like, yeah, my day went pretty well. And then hearing, oh, you don't know. You know, it's hard to proceed from that, knowing that whatever you don't know is definitely worse than not knowing.
Oh shit, it is! What did they see? Also, I just want to take a moment to be like, damn, Mr. Manticore, look at you! Look at you go with all this live action stuff. I love seeing it. I love seeing it.
I'm Leonard Moreland, and I've watched the animated diagram. So, we had sat down, and the projector started, and we were watching it. Animated diagram first consisted of, it looked like two giant shapes, almost interacting with each other. Then the next frame was an oval, slowly expanding. And as it started expanding, there's another oval coming out of it. It was very weird. And then it started cutting back to the two other shapes interacting with each other. There was another shape that had followed behind, a gray circle. It was very off-putting, but immediately after that gray circle came out, I heard a loud bang behind me. I was confused, so I looked behind me, and in the conference room, somebody had slammed their head against the desk. And as I could see from just the position I was in, the only one who could, I can just see directly into his eyes. It was hard to explain, but there's no life behind those eyes. There's no soul, existence, or anything behind it. And it was just, God, horrifying, to say the least. And as that had happened, they started...
I'm sorry. We are gonna go back and look at this. Oh no. Okay. Mirrors lie.
And as that had happened, they had started calling in doctors and nurses into the room. But before you knew it, another person from the other side of the room started saying they felt sick, they felt, you know, woozy. And then before you know it, someone else on the other side said the same thing. They're about to pass out. It started affecting almost everyone around me. And, you know, more doctors and nurses had to get called in. And I just remember they had these clear packages with the doctors and nurses. I didn't know what was in them, but it was clear so I could see through them. But it was something they were giving them to help them come back. What affected everyone else hadn't affected me. But I knew there was something wrong with it. Whatever we were shown in that diagram was not meant for us to consume. I, you know, walked out of the conference room and just kind of didn't know where else to go from there. It almost kind of seemed funny when you look back on it, but as of today, I'm still not affected by the diagram. I've noticed no change whatsoever.
But everyone can see it in Leonard's eyes as survivor's guilt. Look past mirror. Huh. Well, if I'm remembering correctly, this could have something to do with the fact I think Leonard Moreland was the guy who like existed in like that multi-dimensional space with the special trees for like untold eons, right? Maybe it affected him in like every multiverse, you know? Maybe like that existence like carried on in every version of Leonard. Statue of Liberty. Oh boy. Wait, was Leonard born in the special trees? I'm forgetting this. The statue has a rocket as well. The statue might well be not a statue. Lawyer. Rockets launched. Go to tree ASAP. Leonard was the FBI agent. Thank you. Chat. We're dealing with the corner folk. They're finally back. Dog. Leonard Moreland figured out how to make the corner folk work. Dude. Oh, this is so cool.
See over the microphone.
Oh, also what he was seeing was the special tree bending down, but it not like it was bending down on its own power. It's like space warped. That's interesting. That's cool. This is so cool.
Awesome.
Maya Arnoldson and Leonard Moreland as themselves? Wait, so Alex Kasanis is now a character in the story?
We all in? Thank you. Thank you for being here. As you may notice, my voice is a little hoarse after working through the night. As you all know, last night, locals, counties, state, and federal law enforcement officers from around the state of Maine responded to reports of an active shooter.
I have no idea. I have to be honest with you guys. I have no idea what that meant. Maybe we'll figure it out by the end. What happens if you don't watch the Washington Monument? Honestly, I don't remember what happens if you don't watch the Washington Monument. This is President Pattinson, so we're going to finally learn about the presidency of Robert Pattinson. Oh, that's right. The tree grows if you don't look at it. They wanted to keep it contained. What? What? I'm sorry. In this universe, Robert Pattinson is Paul Ryan? Paul Ryan is Robert Pattinson? Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Why? Oh god.
You get a lot of crisis over 37 years. It's just life, right? Nowadays, it's my routine to book a flight to America whenever I'm paralyzed with anxiety. I always tell myself, soon I'll get so sick of these trips that I'll condition myself out of any more crises. But the truth is,
this is the Paul Ryan
I can't stop
verse.
going to the States. The other day I went for a walk in Florida and I had a massive revelation. I was the right age and my parents' military service backed my citizenship. I thought to myself, a lot of history's happened since I was born, but since he's all grown up now, what if little Rob had a say?
Wait, I'm sorry. What the hell is this? I don't.
What if little Rob had a say?
Why is he a combination of like he's not? It's not like he's just Robert Pattinson or Paul Ryan. He's like a little bit of Robert Pattinson spliced into Paul Ryan. This is insane.
On the first day of work, I realised the reality of all things. No one's here to help you. Nobody wants to make your life easier. Hate and anger thrive in Washington. Gossip is widespread. And everything should be taken personally. There's a mouth whispering your name behind every corner. If heaven is a room filled with silence and devoid of people, I quickly realised that I must maintain the Oval Office like this. It's the only place where I can be left alone. But the memories of this room stain every surface. Cigar ash, Coca-Cola cans. This is the dirtiest room in the White House because every president has asked for silence. This means there's no maintenance, no janitors. The waste that's made is left behind. But maybe there's hope.
Paul Ryan sorting through all the used condoms in the Oval Office.
Maybe there's still respect left in the world. I checked the underside of the Resolute desk. There's dried gum underneath.
The media says that celebrities should stay at home. They say we should kick back and relax while the world burns. They say we must leave the world to the Democrats. Then the Democrats scream when a celebrity has had enough. I say we've had enough. I support any celebrity who decides to run. We understand the world more than the sick sheep who currently run the country. I say every celebrity should run. They're fine people, and we would vote for only the best, like me. There are probably people better than me. We just have to look for them. Survival of the fittest. Personally, I think Rob Pattinson would be great.
What? What the hell? What genre of video is this? This is analog horror, I would say. What the hell? Why are his eyes gouged out? Oh shit, is he the debate demon? Guys, I'm genuinely like, what do we know so far, right? We know we have Paul Ryan / Robert Pattinson as president. We know that the presidential cycle is like 2 years behind or 2 years ahead of where we are. We know that the corner folk are active, and that some people are able to travel via corners. We know that special trees are still a thing. We know that there's an operation to put missiles inside of all of the monuments, presumably with special seeds. We know that there are... well, we know, like, Moreland and Arnoldson are still alive. Perhaps because they're jumping between universes at this point. And that's kind of where we're at so far. I feel like we've learned a whole lot, but I don't have the ability to parse all of it yet. And we're about halfway through. So let's go on to the next one, huh? The Monument Monster. Oh boy.
I don't know what to do, and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving off bombs. I really need you tonight.
Right, Jadamatic? Isn't it fun? Oh shit, okay. So what we're seeing here is the missile launch from Operation Seed, right? Those skeletons. So that's the moon. They just fired all of the missiles that were in the monuments at the moon? Yeah, the president launched all of the monument missiles from Project Seed at the moon. Is the moon alive? Was it trying to kill them? I'm feeling real nervous about where it's going with the moon. Why does one man have all this power? I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark, living in a powder keg and giving off sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever is gonna start tonight. Is that him weeping blood?
Remember the mugshot? Everyone remembers the mugshot. But I haven't told you the story of the movie. You'll love this. While I was in Fulton County Jail, I was treated like everyone else at first. But then the guard said, "Donald, it's gonna be a long time before we can take your photo. At least a few hours. We got a lot of other prisoners ahead of you. You gotta wait, just like the rest of them." And I'm an okay guy, so I said, "Not a problem. What can I do to pass the time?" And you know what she said? She said, "Mr. President, I got a movie for you." I don't think the other prisoners watched movies because they took me to an empty room with one projector.
Did they make
dust everywhere?
Did they make Trump watch the movie that Leonard Moreland watched?
Nobody else was in there. I didn't ask questions. I just sat in one of their chairs and the movie started. It wasn't Hollywood. Maybe A24, I don't know. All I know is that it was the most horrendous, awful, disgusting propaganda I'd ever seen. I don't even want to call it science fiction, but it was. Terrible science fiction. Horrible cast. Rob Pattinson was in it. I can't even remember the title. It was American Dream or some no-good nonsense like that. Movie was so bad my head started to hurt. I literally got dizzy. Whole room was spinning. I called in the guard and she let me skip the rest. A few minutes later I got my picture taken. I'd rather get another mugshot than watch that movie again. Later I was told that the movie was an art project by one of the guard's kids and the department wanted to show me. I was frank with the guard. I told her, "You got one messed up kid, lady. Totally sick in the head. Probably should see a doctor." She laughed. Nobody took me seriously there. Today, everyone tells me that this movie doesn't exist. But I saw it. I saw it loud and clear in Fulton County Jail.
I'm not gonna lie. Out of everything I've seen in the Monument Mythos, this freaks me out the most. Like, I actually just felt chills down my body. I don't like that. I don't like that thing. Also, Monument Mythos. Looks like maybe the Golden Gate Bridge. This looks like the White House, the Capitol Dome, Statue of Liberty. So I'm guessing that whatever this is directly related to, frankly, whatever, maybe whatever the demon is, like the debate demon has a relation with this. Maybe like demons are a thing now. Because previously what we'd seen is that like people could be warped by the multiverse and like the dimensional forces into like weird inhuman things, like what happened with George Washington and becoming like this world-spanning creature, right? The Capitol Dome housed the Freedom Statue, true. And I'm wondering if these demons are just creatures that have also been warped by special trees. And as I say that, I'm now remembering that the special trees could look like people. And this thing is bending like a special tree. Remember how, like, we've gone, like, Virginia? Remember Virginia from, like, very beginning of season 1? Talked about how, like, she saw a special tree, but it moved around like a man? I think that this is like maybe a advanced form of the special tree where it becomes a creature that can move around on its own or is spliced with a person. That's my working theory right now, but this freaks me the fuck out. I think I'm too stupid for this. Well, I mean, I think if you haven't seen the previous seasons, a lot of what I'm saying right now is going to make absolutely no sense. Yeah, so the President of the United States is taking orders from the Monument Monster. And what do we know about most of these monuments? They have special trees in them. So effectively, what I think this is saying is that the president is controlled now by an envoy of, or representative of, the special trees. Because remember guys, one of the things the special trees want is to spread themselves across all reality. So I think what's happening here is that they're trying to spread themselves to the moon, to other planets, and across our galaxy and universe. I think that's what's happening here. Oh, I don't like that. I do kind of like that it's dancing, though. Oh. Okay, but I can think of one person in our story that has similar eyes. Chat. Donald Trump in this story has these eyes. Yeah. And I'm wondering... Okay. This is speculation here. Chat, can you think of anyone that has, like, facial hair that's, like, associated with Congress? God. Like, I'm trying to think, is this like a Ted Cruz type creature? My brain went Lincoln too, but I don't think this is Abraham Lincoln. Well, Ted Cruz, had the beard. So that was like the connection I was trying to make. Yeah, Mike B, you see it too, right? Because Ted is a demon, right? It's kind of a shot in the dark. It might not even be anyone like that. Like, it might be, like a tech bro of some kind, given the outfit here. Like, given the outfit, it could honestly be, like... I'm sure it'll get revealed at some point. I thought it was the back of someone's head and their bald head, to be honest. Oh, that could be. You're talking about the show. I was stating fact. Fair. Okay. It's like, it looks like he's like dancing or something. Like... And then we get to this. Well, fine. I guess I'll just do a little frame by frame. I guess I'll allow you to do this to me, Mr. Manticore. We'll just go frame by frame until we see your secrets. Mirrors lie twice. What does that mean? Drawings from past terms. Okay, so 2018 is the debate demon. And 2023 is the monument monster. They look like they're different creatures. I don't know what to do, and I'm always in the dark. Oh. But they're both my boss. So maybe this one is like a more advanced version of the demon? Yeah, the debate demon is becoming more human. That's terrifying. I don't know what to do, and I'm always in the dark. We're living Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Hello, viewer. Is this Pattinson's demon? I think that we've already seen Pattinson's demon, which is this one. It's this one, right? Chat. Okay, I'm a spitball something at you real quick. What if, and I'm just throwing this out here, what if that's James Dean? Guys, what if that's James Dean? I don't know how it would be James Dean. I don't understand it. But we do know Dean is the devil. And I don't know what exactly you'd call this other than the devil. Right? If I ever see something like that IRL, I won't have to worry about fight or flight, just sheer fright, other death, man. Yeah. No, cuz Nixon was a good guy. Nixon like brought peace to an entire multiverse. Like he didn't like do this shit. The actor? Yeah, without going into too much detail, James Dean existed in another universe as president of the United States, and a lot of people said that he was the devil, and we didn't really think that they meant it literally, but what if they did? Could be George Washington? I don't think it's George Washington. It's too human-sized. Oh god, George Washington turned into that? No, don't be silly. George Washington turned into an enormous serpent that coiled and grew within the earth until it was large enough to break out and span the galaxy. Don't be silly. He wasn't whatever this thing is. You might think I'm joking. I'm not. That is actual lore from this series. George Washington got spaghettified across the entire universe and turned into the world serpent. Yeah. You might think I'm joking. I'm not. I feel like this is an important part of my appeal. I don't know why, but I believe it is. Anyway, hope you enjoy my channel. Mick Wagon, thank you for subscribing.
Oh, there's that button.
There we go. Thank you very much for stepping up when no one else in chat would. Hey, Penguin Trinity. All right. So, we have just finished the 6th video in this playlist. Looks like we have 7 more to go. And this one terrified me. But it's time for us to go on to the next one, which is called Virginia's Winter Wonderland. And I guess we're about to learn a little bit about what's going on, because Virginia always seems to know what the hell is going on in this setting. So let's find out.
Have you ever had a moment when you realized that the rest of your life was ruined? I hope you haven't, but if you have, I understand. I was born on Christmas Day, 1983. I always wished I was born 3 years earlier. I like perfect numbers, like 80. In 1983...
Okay, so 3 we keep seeing, like, remember 3 was in that, like, mass shooting press conference we saw a few videos ago. And also, there's a lot of the circle imagery being embedded in the video we're watching right now, and that makes me nervous.
On Christmas Day, 1983. I always wished I was born 3 years earlier. I like perfect numbers, like 80. 1983 is not a perfect number.
The debate demon does kind of look like a
Only one
swastika.
thing of interest occurred on my birthday. Joan Moreau, the Spanish artist, died at the age of 90. 90 years old, can you imagine? 90 years of happiness would have been paradise. But not for Joan.
What the hell was that? Mirrors lie twice.
But not for Joan. Joan was a very sad.
Okay, wait a minute. This is what Maya was doing, right? Maya Arnoldson was tracing these lines.
Joan was a very sad man. He painted to stay alive. He often drew ladders to express his desire to escape. But I have a bad family history with ladders. When I was...
What the hell is this? Lying twice. What is that? Chat, what is this? What do you think this is? Maybe this is like a whirligig toy? Maybe it's the premise of like the spinning eye?
When I was 3, I threw my mother's jewelry into the chandelier above. I wanted to see what... I wanted to see what she would do. She yelled at me and called my father over. "Don't worry," he told us. "I'll get the ladder." As she brought the ladder into the room, Mother stood frowning in the corner with her arms crossed. When Father got to the top step, he reached for the jewelry in the chandelier. Then the ladder began to tip. He held on to the chandelier. The ladder fell to the floor. My mother ran to help him.
Oh, what we saw was the chandelier on the ladder. Gotcha.
The chandelier fell and crushed them both. I hid in the corner of the living room. I couldn't dare to turn around. I couldn't see what else had exploded behind me.
Dog, you went and hid in the corner?
I just couldn't. I can't touch jewelry anymore, and I don't care to wear it.
Yeah, we about to learn a lot about the corner people. Oh, it's the chandelier? Yeah. Don't forget to click the like button for these videos. Yes, I do. Just on my other account.
My name is Richard Tiller, and I was the director of the Walt Disney Home for Children. When Virginia came to us, she was still in a state of immense shock. Notably, she refused to be assigned to the girls' quarters. Among the others, Virginia quickly became the subject of pranks and gossip. We didn't know if it was the way she dressed, or the way she walked, or spoke, or slept. All we knew was that her presence deeply affected the others. Their discomfort was irrational, of course. Irrational and irreparable. Eventually we decided it was best for her to have a separate room, away from the others. That's when she started collecting the wood. We didn't know for weeks, of course, but Virginia often snuck into the woods behind the orphanage at recess.
I'm sorry.
Virginia often snuck into the woods behind the orphanage at recess.
The fuck is that? I don't think that's a friend. I think that's a tree person.
All the children stayed away from the trees, but there were piles of wood in her room. In the last weeks of her stay, Virginia began a construction project. Small houses in the corners of the orphanage. When her parents passed, she was found by her neighbors, hiding in the corner of the living room.
Oh, chat. It looks like a Nazi's mad. They're just spamming new accounts that are constantly getting banned by PosadaBot. They're just... I don't know if any of you can see anything on your end. I don't think you can, but like this guy has made like 5 or 6 different accounts to try and call me a faggot. It's honestly kind of adorable.
I thought these corner homes were related. She'd sit and read in them all the time. We had no idea how she could fit inside those things. None of the other children could get in. I don't really know how to tell you what I saw when I was inside. It was kind of like a maze. In total, she built 18 of these homes before she disappeared. Since then, Virginia's become a bit of an urban legend around here. I don't believe those little homes did anything.
So in 1983, she was born, and then when she was 3 years old, she saw her parents die, so that would have been 1986. And then when she went to an orphanage, she went out and played where in the forest where this thing was just looming over everything, I guess.
But she was last spotted reading in the 18th home. We never did find that one. Only the last 17.
Please. I did not enjoy that sound. I did not enjoy that sound at all. It looks like it just says, please don't hurt them. With an image of what appears to be the same demon creature. Note. The Walt Disney Home for Children closed 3 weeks later after Virginia's disappearance in 2001. Oh, so she disappeared in 2001. So she was born in 83. I guess that would be like 18. She disappeared at 18. Huh. So 3 weeks, again, the number 3.
I understand.
Hi, my name is Leonard Moreland. I have a story to tell. At one point, I was walking into my bathroom, and as I set my belongings down, I turned the corner, and I noticed this thing on the wall. It was right above the light switch. It had a shadow that was bigger than the wall. It had multiple legs all stuck onto the wall, and they were bendy. It looked like an out-of-place Halloween decoration. And as I stood there and noticed it, it just didn't move. I was frozen in fear. I didn't know what to do. I held onto my belongings and just stared. What felt like an eternity. I grabbed my belongings and ran out. And as I sat in my living room, breathing, hyperventilating, about to faint, every limb in my body started slowly. I couldn't feel my feet, couldn't feel my legs, couldn't feel my hands, couldn't feel my arms. And as I just sit down, I just feel like parts of my body slowly wither away as I just witnessed this thing on my wall, this creature. And then within the next day I checked, it was gone. I have no idea where it went, and I fear that one day I will see it again.
Many-limbed. So I wonder if, like, the debate demon... I wonder if the debate demon would be something... would be, like, one of the corner folk. You know? Because that seems to, like, fit the categorization... the category of what he's describing here. But I'm not sure. don't trust you. I don't trust you, video. I think you're gonna try and jump scare me. I don't trust you. That's Virginia running into the woods. Oh. So Virginia got taken by this weird spider creature. Cool. Glad her life worked out. All things truly wicked start from innocence. Senator Ernest Hemingway. Oh, God. Virginia's Winter Wonderland. There was very little about winter in this. I guess maybe we can assume she went missing in winter? Oh, maybe she became the spider? Man, it's so cool seeing how this is expanded. Oh, poor Dad. So Virginia, and this is a new version of Virginia Arnoldson. We get that confirmation here. So Virginia Arnoldson got turned into a spider thing or taken by the spider things. So I wonder how Maya winds up in the picture. Her being able to make holes that the other children can't fit inside is weird. Yeah. But I think the implication is that she visited the corner folk and like learned how to move through corners. So like she makes a hole, but she's actually traveling through corners as opposed to like fitting through the hole, you know? Murder of Mickey Mouse. Oh boy. There was a boy who thought he could rule the world. Then he saw Mickey Mouse twerk. Visual portal. A visual portal to where, though? Mirrors lie twice to boys. Ooh, M could also be Mickey Mouse. Ooh, Casper Cosmic Lord. That's a good observation. So, sorry, just real quick. In this story, basically there's a boy who thought he could rule the world, and then he saw presumably this spinning shape, right? Which then turned him into this special tree-looking motherfucker. Then he saw a mirror. Murder of Mickey Mouse, unused concept art from Steamboat Willie. What are we looking at? Is this like a mouth? This is creepy. So then he looked into a mirror and something happened. So after his transformation, he looked into a mirror and then death? I don't like that. Nah, I'm good. Don't like that. Nah, thanks. Our greatest natural resource is the minds of our children. Dr. Walt Disney. I guess in this universe, Walt Disney became like a doctor instead of an animator. A film by the Monument Monster. Oh, is it really that? Chat. Is it that simple? Is the Monument Monster Mr. Manticore? This is Mr. Manticore, chat. Could it really be that simple? Cuz like it stopped telling us the movies are made by Alex Kasanis, which is what it is always said up until this season, and now it's switched to the Monument Monster. Monument Monster. Oh, Mr. Manticore. Manticores are monsters. That makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, shit. Okay, footage of final Trump rally. Oh, no. So, Mr. Manticore is like the final protagonist of this series? Or antagonist? Wait, what? Following tape was recovered from the blast zone.
Forget the Japanese. It's happened here in this great country of ours. And we all know the reason. Everybody knows.
talking about launching all of the missiles at the moon.
Let's drop the act and say it for what it is. I could spend my whole life giving you the truth, and it would literally be heaven on earth. Oh, I wish we were on track. We should all be past the finish line now. All I needed to do was sit in the Oval Office and not touch that button. I just needed to be the president, but no. Instead, we got Rob Atkinson burning this whole beautiful country, this whole beautiful world. And believe me, I've seen it. I've seen the destruction, and it's terrible. We all see the same horrible things on the streets. Fire, bodies, babies, innocent wives and children. You know what? Let's just take a look around together. Let's just go from there to there and look at all the damage Rob Pat's given us.
Rob Pat.
He literally nuked all of this beautiful land. Why would you do that? I'd ask him myself, but believe me, if they let me close to him, I wouldn't be asking things. I'd take him down like the rest of us would. Just look around. Keep looking around. He did this. Dictator Rob Atkinson burned America to the ground. The Great Seed operation has scorched the earth, and all we can do is suffer. I get it. Oh, believe me, I get it. I'm here suffering.
Radiation from a nearer, undetected missile strike affects the camera sensor halfway through the clip. Missiles are still being fired? Modern neutron missiles seek to maximize lethal radiation in an area with no warning. After surviving the blast, Trump would publish his final public address on social media. How did he survive?
I am so sad to announce that this, in fact, will be my last message to the American people. The truth is, there are too many anarchists, communists, and terrorists, more than at any other point in human history. We are all targets. This whole country is one big target. Even after the first strike, we must continue praying. Praying to the one and only God of creation. There are people who will never understand and will always see us as, believe it or not, moving targets. Believe it or not, but it's true. So true I have to go away to stay alive. I can't tell you where, I can't tell you when, but this is my last one. I can assure you that. It is too dangerous to stay alive in public. We are all moving targets. A bomb could kill us all in an instant. Boom! Right here, right now. I wish I could have a say. I wish I could be in that great office and keep Rob's hand away from the button. He could click it again any day now, any moment, any second, really. I wish I could do something. I really do. But I have to go now. Take care of your families, watch your neighbors, and be the best American you can be. Our country is dead. It needs all of you to find peace.
What the hell?
I am rooting for all of you. I, as your leader, believe in you. I do, it's true. Goodbye now.
Trump would go on to record 2 more tapes in his lifetime.
The floor shakes, the ceiling is cracking, and everybody is afraid. I'm not as afraid as most, but I see a lot of fear in this room. I see a lot of fear in the world. but we will not let the fear win. We must keep our country safe. We must lay it to rest. I'm with all of you, and we will not back down. We must protect our families and this blessed country, this beautiful land, while we put them to rest.
This is insane.
I'm here with you, and I see the fear. But we will not surrender. We will not surrender. Destroy the fear. Win. Win.
What? Help. No honor. I am afraid. Fear has won. Jesus. Echoplex Media, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We're just we're going over the Monument Mythos, and I highly recommend you check out the YouTube channel for my coverage of seasons 1, 2, 3, and the side season, because we're like halfway through this, and there's no way I can make this make sense to you guys at this point. So you're gonna watch some weird shit.
Win. 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 This is for whoever on this great dead planet will find my body. I know it won't be someone close. Not anyone I've banged or helped seed. All I ask is that you keep on walking. If you have a lighter or gasoline, please be generous. Destroy whatever is left. Destroy the rest of me. Burn this and whatever that remains. Please and thank you. I am a nobody, a grateful nobody. May you live on, survivor.
What the hell is happening? Oh, shit. We have not heard anything about Alcatraz Island since season 1. We haven't heard anything about this since season 1. Is Donald Trump's dead body the source of Alcatraz-itis? Are we going back to Alcatraz? Yeah, Alcatraz, the island that reproduces like a virus. Oh shit, guys. It got reset and changed the universe. Yeah. Oh, guys. I like that the search engine is just called Q. Footage of final Trump rally. That was really weird. Oh shit, guys. This episode, this one's literally called Alcatraz Always. All right. I'm here for it. Let's see what you got.
All the other Cothonauts in the program are liberals. They're a good group. Don't get me wrong. We've had plenty of good times.
The Cothonauts.
But they think they're pure. And that anyone who disagrees with them are, well, immoral. Well, let me tell you, there's a difference between good and pure. I think all of the Cothnauts are good people. There's no question about that. But it is a mistake to believe that any of us are pure. Humans aren't pure. God is pure. Just because you complain doesn't mean the whole world is going to change. People are set on their tracks from birth, and God set the tracks. The others need a humbling reminder. I can tell they're drunk on intellectual circle jerks. I thought Donald Trump would be that reminder. The whole system could have been broken down and rebuilt. But the government found loopholes. And now Trump is dead. I dreaded the news. It was only a matter of time. But I didn't dread his death. I dreaded the assignment. When Donald Trump died in that bunker on Alcatraz, the other Cothnauts made a promise to leave him there. So when the boss told us to retrieve his remains and secure the island, I knew who the assignment was really for. We all knew it was a one-man mission. For me. After all, I was the only one who attended his final rally.
Oh shit. Is this... We haven't seen how they move around as Cothnauts, but this might be one of the Cothnaut vessels. That's cool. We haven't learned anything about Cothnauts really. Jesus.
The president has been mutilated. Seems at his own request. There are other bodies here.
I'm sorry. What the fuck is this? This looks like this looks like the guy from the Nixon verse, the Crescent King.
Here. Our records have been destroyed. The exterior of the bunker is damaged. It appears
This looks kind of like the M. This could be maybe Mr. Manticore, huh?
someone was here before me. records. They may have assisted in
What the hell is that sound? It sounds like labored breathing.
what's happened to this country. This is our president. He was my president.
Oh. It might be that thing. Outside the bunker, I encountered two beings. The demon and the monster. The debate demon and the monument monster. So we have the debate demon here and the monument monster. Monster distracted me as the demon opened the earth beneath me. I fell and fell. Fell. Fell for hours. Landed in a room with a TV. TV or a mirror. Also, just a note here. I don't know how relevant this is. I'm gonna guess it's a bit relevant. This appears to be the Mickey Mouse logo. And if he's talking about this being a mirror, mirrors lie twice, as we've been told multiple times. One universe over? What? Oh, Maya Arnoldson. This is a world without radiation. A world that cut down its trees. A world without Alcatraz. We wish to enter that world, but we cannot go without you. Alcatraz wanted to become a god, needed radiation to grow, needed an atomic catastrophe. So it created two beings, a mirror of the two greatest forces in American history. Made the president go insane. He blew up the world. And now we wish to escape and take on new identities before Alcatraz reabsorbs us. Wait. And take on new identities before Alcatraz reabsorbs us. So these are, this is a message from the two beings. The monument monster and the debate demon. It's too late to look away. We're nearly done possessing you. Yeah, so the symbol that we've been seeing is like a manipulation by these two beings, basically trying to escape from Alcatraz. Ironic, I don't know, ironically, but like thematically appropriate, I suppose. And in doing so, they want to break into an unrelated reality that isn't blighted with nuclear radiation and like plotting islands and special trees. So they possessed the Cothonaut, the conservative Cothonaut, and now they're going to go with his possessed body through the ship into this other reality. Live footage of a black hole.
Ahoy, I'm Marco Cosmo, the animated host of all space-related live feeds. I deliver updates straight from the control room. We've received many emails with questions regarding today's event, so I'll be answering those throughout the broadcast. For those just tuning in, you're watching live footage of a black hole. This one's named Cronus, after the Greek god of time. The orange speck of light in the middle of your screen is the superheated material surrounding Cronus, also known as the accretion disk. The actual black hole is featureless to the naked eye, as it pulls in all light that's crossed its event horizon.
Oh, it's that symbol.
In fact, the light from the accretion disk is over 18 years old, meaning that these images on your screen have already happened. It's just taken the light almost 2 decades to reach your cameras. By the time this broadcast has reached you, the actual cameras have likely stopped recording, since the astronauts are over 25 light years from home.
The astronauts.
Black holes are created when nuclear reactions within massive stars stop, and the pressure drops drastically, resulting in the star collapsing on itself and acquiring a gravitational pull so strong that not even light can escape. No, it simply does not have enough mass to collapse. As our sun ages, it will grow into a red giant. Its outer layers will slowly shed off into space, forming a nebula. At the very end, our sun will be a cold, white dwarf star. Yes, over time, black holes release radiation, which to a certain point will render the entire structure unstable, as they will eventually be expelling more material than they are gaining. However, because black holes by nature absorb many objects with their gravitational pull, this input prolongs their lives by many, many years.
I'm sorry, what?
By many, many years.
I want my children back. Bring them back, Henry.
Let's take a look.
What happens to someone inside a black hole? They get spaghettied.
In that darkness, there were two beings, tree and serpent. They
Oh shit. We're We're going back to the Nixon verse, everybody.
Spoke for many eons until one day Serpent became bored. Something would be more interesting than nothing, she said. So Serpent decided that she would create a universe. Without letting Tree know, Serpent slowly shed her skin and left her branch. First, she laid world eggs. Eggs so big that one could spend their entire life on them. Then she laid God eggs. Eggs with beings to help organize the universe. Then she laid all the plant and animal eggs. Eggs which would make more trees and more serpents. Many God, plant, and animal eggs fell on the world egg known as Earth. It was a cruel and wild place, so cruel and wild that the most powerful deity was the goddess of chaos. Her name was Entropis. However, Entropis was fair. She gave the ability to dethrone her to 4 other gods. They were Simultan, goddess of success, Orderat, goddess of time, Sentimec, god of emotion, and Mordeleth, god of death. As the goddess of chaos, Entropis understood that chaos was such an uncontrollable force that she could fall victim to it at any time. And one day, she did. Without any warning, a strange bolt of lightning beheaded her in Giza.
Oh, shit. We just heard the origin story of Giza Glass. I need to listen to that again.
Fell on the world egg known as Earth. It was a cruel and wild place, so cruel and wild that the most powerful deity was the goddess of chaos. Her name was Entropis. However, Entropis was fair. She gave the ability to dethrone her to 4 other gods. They were Simultan, goddess of success, Orderat, goddess of time, Sentimec, god of emotion, and Mordeleth, god of death. As the goddess of chaos, Entropis understood that chaos was such an uncontrollable force that she could fall victim to it at any time. And one day, she did. Without any warning, a strange bolt of lightning beheaded her in Giza.
So the chaotic forces she controlled wound up beheading her. What would happen to the head of a beheaded god? All right, here we go. This is the from as far as I can tell, we got 2 videos left, or 3 videos, I guess. God. Chat, I gotta tell you, there's about 30 minutes, 40 minutes left of this, plus whatever my commentary is gonna cover. I don't know that I can do that tonight. I've been going for 7 hours straight. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm exhausted. So how about we continue this tomorrow? Or perhaps, yeah, tomorrow, probably during the daytime. I'm sorry. I know. I can't. I need to get to bed, and yeah, I love you guys.